All right, so starting at the top, go to next step. So the next step that we should get to is the line number 2, right? Index of, where index of equals function with the inputs, parameters of array and target. Good. All right. So now that we've done that, right, should actually probably end up jumping down to line 14. Right, the interpreter is going to skip over the entire body of this function. It's going to say if index of to be undefined, and we'll hop down basically towards at the end, which is 14. It's the end of its block. Oh, I forgot to start a timer. Start a timer. Make it for, let's do 4 minutes and 30 seconds, since we're probably already at that point. Okay. So yeah, right, we're gonna skip over this entire body. Yeah, we should be on line 15, right? We should get to index of, where we're actually going to invoke that variable of index of and stick in, give it some parameters, I guess arguments that we're passing in, right? Because the array will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and the target is going to be 3. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So now what's happening is, right, we're invoking index of, which well is variable, but it's representing a function. So now we're going to end up hopping into index of. That's what I'm thinking. So we should end up going to line 7, where variable result equals -1. Yeah, look at that. So now also write array and target. Array actually has a value, and as well as that target, which we gave it on line 15. So now we're defining this new variable result of -1. So result is -1 now. You know, after I move past this line. So then let's see here. Then we're moving into each. So each array, function, item, and index. So each is going to take in the input, which is array, right, which should be a collection. So it's our array 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go through its iterator function, right, which has item and index as its parameters. Now, item is going to be each of the elements in our array. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each is going to go through all of those. And it's going to use index, right? So that's just the index of each of them on the array. So 0 through 3, right? Because we start off at 0. Cool. Result is saved to 1. All this stuff's true. So now we're going to move into the block of each. Right, looks like we have an if statement. So we have the item equaling target. So the first item is going to be 1. We're going to check if that equals to target, which is 3. So that's going to end up evaluating to false. And result is -1. So result isn't going to change, right? That's always going to be the same of -1. And so that's going to be true. But I'm going to have false and true, which is going to evaluate us to false in general. And then that code block of result equals index isn't going to run. We'll go to the next one, right? We hop to underbar.js. That's moving through my each function. Didn't see that coming. I guess I probably should have. All right, so I have if array is array, it is, and then it's going to start looping through, right? It's going to have I is going to be our first one. So we're going to go to length, right? Determine how long we're going to go, and we're going to go up by 1 each time. Then we should drop down to the next one, which is just the iterator that is going to return the element, the index, and the collection, right? Which happens to be our array. Good, we go back. Right, and so this is where I think things will evaluate false for things that I said before. And right, then we go back around, right? We're now on our second iteration. So our I equals 1. I still 0. I is 1 now. Okay, because right, the plus plus. do the same thing, right? So the iterator is we're going to give them back 2 for the element, 1 for the index and the array. We're going to evaluate again, right? So item is 2 and target is 3, so that's going to evaluate false. Same thing, right? Result is going to be true, so I have false and true, which will evaluate to false, and then we're not going to do anything. We're going to skip that code block. Right, so now we're going to go back to the each on underground. So now we have 3. Right, the iterator is going to return 3 other things, and then eventually everything would work out. Okay, but we're done.